Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we are going to explain something about the trigonometric identities. We already studied some rules about the trigonometric identities, which is from the unit circle we can find this most of these functions. If we graph a function like this one and consider it as a unit circle, its center is the origin, and we can find any point on it, x and y, p is x and y, and we join it by the origin to find the right angle triangle, which is the arms are x and y, okay, x and y, and this right angle triangle and this unit circle. Then the hypotenuse equals 1, then x squared plus y squared equals 1. X is sine power of 2x. X is cosine, okay? And y is sine, then cosine power of 2x plus sine power of 2x equals 1, because if this angle is theta, so the sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse, and cosine theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. So we can write it again as x. X is cosine, then cosine power of 2 theta plus y is sine, which is sine power of 2 theta equals 1. And we can find cosine theta, cosine squared theta, which is 1 minus sine power 2 theta. We already explained this before. And if we need sine power of 2 theta, it will be 1 minus cosine power of 2 theta. Okay? Again, we can find by using this rule, cosine power 2 theta plus sine power of 2 theta equals 1 from this unit circle. And if we divide this relation or this equation by cosine divided by cosine power of 2x, you will get cosine power 2 divided by cosine power 2 equals 1. Sine power of 2 divided by cosine power 2 equals tan squared theta, and 1 over cosine power of 2 is 6 squared theta. And the third rule that we deduced before also. And if you divide by cosine by sine power of 2 theta, you will get cosine divided by sine, you will get cotan squared theta plus, okay, sine power 2 divided by sine power 2 is 1, okay, this sine. Okay, sine power 2 divided by sine power 2 is 1. And 1 divided by sine power 2 is cosec squared theta. And this rule also is very important. And you already know from the previous knowledge that is sine theta equals 1 over cosec theta, and cosine theta equals 1 over sec theta, and tan theta equals 1 over cotan theta. And don't forget that tan theta is sine theta over cosine theta. Do you understand me? Okay. Let me solve some examples by using these rules. Okay. First one. Prove that sine theta equals cosine theta tan theta. If we use this side, and we can reach this side, the other side, this right hand side, which is in the right, and this left hand side. If you take right hand side, which is this one, cosine theta tan theta. So cosine theta times what's tan theta is sine theta over cosine theta. Okay, by eliminate cosine with cosine, or cosine divided by cosine equals 1, it will be sine theta, which is the left hand side, equal left hand side. Then you prove that the two sides are the same. It's okay. Number 2, you can use it also by the same rules. Okay. What is tan theta over sine theta? This is tan theta divided by sine theta. It will be sine theta over cosine theta divided by sine theta over 1. It will be sine theta over cosine theta times 1 over sine theta. And you can remove sine theta in the numerator with sine theta in the denominator to get 1 over cosine theta, which is left hand side. It's okay. Number 3, you can use this side and finish at this one, or the inverse. Use this one and finish at this one. I'll take left hand side, for example, which is sine power 2 theta minus cosine power of 2 theta. You don't need anything about cosine. So you need everything, you don't need anything about sine. You need everything about cosine. So you have to convert from sine to cosine. Sine power 2 has a rule which is 1 minus cosine power of 2 theta. And we have already minus cosine power of 2 theta. It will be 1 minus 2 cosine power of 2 theta. Okay? Which is the left hand, the right hand side. Okay? Another one, number 4, we can solve it easily. Okay, number 4, tan theta plus 1 equals this one. Okay, you have already the relation from tan theta plus 1. Tan theta plus 1, tan squared theta plus 1 is sec squared theta from the relation that we studied before and we revised it just now. So tan squared theta plus 1 is 6 squared theta. What 6 squared theta is the reciprocal of cosine squared theta? Then this is left hand side, this one, and reach to right hand side. So it will be right hand side. So you proved that these relations or these sides are the same. What about this one? You can use to convert this side. Prove that this side is equal this one, or this one equal this one, as you like. What about sine, cosine, tan? It will be sine theta, cosine theta, tan theta, which is sine theta over cosine theta. Okay? So, cosine theta with cosine theta, then you will get sine squared theta, which is 1 minus cosine power of 2 theta, which is right hand side or left hand side, left hand side, because we used the right hand side. It's okay. Another one, number 6. Number 6, cosine power of 2, tan power of 2. Cosine power 2 is cosine power 2 theta. You don't need to change it because you have tan, and the tan is sine squared theta over cosine squared theta. Then cosine with cosine will be sine squared theta, which is this side. Okay, it's very easy. Okay, let me move to the other one, which is number 7. Number 7, we need side, left hand side, which is sine theta, tan theta, plus cosine theta. It will be sine theta times sine theta over cosine theta plus cosine theta. It will be sine power of 2 theta over cosine theta plus cosine theta over 1. Okay? Over 1. So you can make common denominators, which is cosine theta. Cosine theta times 1, cosine theta. Sine power of 2 times 1, sine power of 2 theta times 1 equals sine power of 2 theta. Plus cosine times cosine is cosine power of 2 theta. Sine power of 2 plus cosine power of 2 is 1. And the denominator is cosine theta as this one. So it will be the right hand side, and that's all. Okay? So you can solve all these relations by using the rules, and you can derive this relation, this rule, to make the sides are the same. Okay? Let me solve another one. Here, number 8 now. Number 8. I think number 8. Okay. Number 8. Also, you can take the left-hand side easier because it has many terms. Tan square theta is sine power of 2 theta over cosine power of 2 theta times 1 over sine power of 2 theta, because y, minus 1. It will be sine with sine. It will be 1 over cosine power of 2 theta minus 1. And we need tan squared theta. What about 1 over cosine squared is sec squared theta minus 1. And sec squared is 1 plus tan squared theta. This is negative 1, and you can remove 1 with negative 1 to get tan squared theta, which is left hand side, right hand side. Okay, this one. Okay, it's very easy, I think. The other one, number 9, you can solve it easily also by using. You can derive all this all these rules in the example to reach the other side. This one, number 9. Number 9, left hand side. Okay, cosine power of 2 theta times, what is 1 plus tan squared is sec squared theta. So it will be times sec squared theta. These are reciprocals. If you multiply cosine times sec, it will be 1. So it will be 1, which is right hand side. Or if you need to complete it and you don't know that the sec and you didn't simplify them together, write cosine power of 2 theta and write sec squared at it as its reciprocal, which is 1 over cosine power 2 theta. And this with this, you will get 1 the same. Okay, another exercise. Number 9. 1 over cosine power of 2 equals tan power. I think this is very easy, because 1 over cosine power of 2 theta equals sec squared theta. And you have already the formula of sec squared, which is 1 plus tan squared theta, which is the right hand side. Okay, the other one, sine squared minus cosine power 2, we solved one like this before. 1 plus cosine power of 2 equals 2 cosine squared plus sine squared. Okay, we can solve this one. We will take the right hand side, the left hand, right hand side. Okay, 2 cosine squared plus sine squared. And we need cosine. It will be 2 cosine squared theta plus sine squared is 1 minus cosine squared theta. Now you have 2 cosine squared minus cosine squared. Okay, it will be cosine squared theta plus 1 or 1 plus cosine squared theta, which is left hand side. This one. It's okay. So all these exercises are the same if you use the suitable rule for each one. It's very easy. It's okay. And tomorrow, inshallah, we are going to complete. Thank you very much. And if you have any remarks, please don't forget to send to me. Okay. Thank you. See you.